Hi everyone, welcome to tutorial number 2. In this session, we are going to understand few more options in Excel. We have few learning outcomes. I hope you have downloaded both the Excel workbook and the tutorial question paper into your computer from the folder. Now, please open the question sheet first. And if you have opened your question sheet, this is what you will be seeing on screen. We have 4 learning outcomes. Here we are going to learn how to use copy and paste options in spreadsheet, and also we will be learning how to use formula options, and what about logical statements and how we can use logical statements to manipulate cell data. And finally, we will be learning how to use random number formula in cells. And let's quickly go through the tasks for today. As task 1, we have to create a new worksheet that is named summary, or you can use the already created summary sheet. We'll check what this summary sheet is in our workbook. Then as the number 1, we have to copy total cost for cost centers, such as 100, 200, etc. in the summary worksheet. Let's quickly jump into the Excel file and see what these things are. Here is the Excel sheet that we are going to work on today. Actually, Excel workbook. Here we have 2 sheets. Hope you can remember what are these sheets and what is the difference between these terms. So in this workbook, we have 2 sheets. One is BOQ sheet. Hope you can remember we had something similar last week as well. So actually, we created this BOQ in the previous session. Now today we are going to use it to create a summary progress report using this information in this BOQ. So here it is the summary that we are going to make. Now we have this structure for that summary. So basically, what we have to do is we have to create a summary table to present these information to our top management using this BOQ. So that is a task, right? So let's go back to our tutorial questions. Yes, so that is what it is. Copy total costs for all cost centers, such as 100, 200. You can remember these cost centers in the summary worksheet using special paste link command. And thirdly, generate random numbers between 0.85 to 1.8 for each cost center, assuming price for each major category obtained from the BOQ worksheet is the tender price, custom price, and lump sum fixed contract. So there are different types of contracts like mission and pay contract, lump sum contract, some other types of contract. Here we are dealing with a lump sum fixed contract. Calculate the actual cost by multiplying the random number with tender price with the random number. So we will be going through these descriptions later when we are actually working on the Excel file. But for the moment, I just wanted to show to discuss this with you. These are the things that we want to do. We are going to use paste special commands to copy and paste information from BOQ in the summary sheet or any other sheet. And we will be using something called random numbers to generate a new type of information for our purpose. Let's discuss what is that purpose. This is a very specific purpose as construction project manager or a contract administrator in a project. And so we have some conditions when we prepare that summary sheet. For example, if you look at number 4, pay the workers 10% bonus on profit on each item if the profit is more than 7.5%. That means we have to check some conditions, and we have to populate some data based on that condition. And number 5, calculate net profit for each item. So these are basic mathematical operations that we can do using Excel options. And number 6, we have to format. So that's basically how to format a table. And let's look at what are the options. Even in the previous session, we learned few formatting options. I hope you can remember. Now here we have some hints. These hints would be very helpful for us if we just forget how to use these options in Excel. So for example, here we have information on how to use paste special and paste link options in Excel. And here we have information on how to create random numbers. And likewise, we have few options. I'm not going to talk these in detail at the moment. Let's quickly pull up the Excel file on our screen. So this is it. Now let's start working together. Go and check what is the summary that we want to create. In this summary, I hope you can remember, I'm not going to talk about this BOQ again, because I think we did discuss it enough last time. What is a BOQ? It's a presentation of construction work in terms of costing, and it involves rates, quantities, and units. Likewise, in preparing BOQ, if I refresh our knowledge, we need to adhere to, or we need to follow certain guidelines. We call them method of measurements. How to take measurements? What is the unit? What is the way of taking of quantities? So there are codes and practices for professionals to follow, so that everybody in construction field can understand. So it will help different contractors to quote into a job in a consistent way, or one method, using one method. So that will help the project manager or the client to understand which option is the best option, right? Now today we are going to use this BOQ to make a summary. For example, now say this is our BOQ. So we are awarded this job. Now we want to make a summary to present some information to our management. So what are in our summary sheet? We have this cost center. We discussed what is the cost center. This is for counting purposes mainly, and this is kind of an identification for each activity of the proposed job. Now under cost center 100, we have preliminary, right? Now if you go to BOQ, this is the cost code. So under cost code 100, what we have preliminary, and 100 is the total preliminary to summary. Now we want to copy the what data we want to copy: cost center, description, customer price. What is this customer price? So it is this price, the summary price for each cost center category. And from this point onwards, we have new information. Let's check what are these new information. The first one, random number. Then we have actual cost. So we have profit in dollars in column F, and we have profit percentage calculated in column G. Then we have bonus and net profit. So basically, we are going to use these first three information: cost center, preliminary description, and price. And then we want to I think we want to make up this information based on certain let's say certain assumptions, right? Now at the beginning, if I ask you, would you know what the actual cost for each and every item? The simple answer would be, I mean, it's it's really hard to tell at the beginning, because things can vary depending on so many factors, whether variations, price increase or price decrease, non-availability of material, scope changes of the task. Likewise, things can be different. But at the beginning, what we know is specific scope and the agreed value for that work in our agreement. That is the BOQ price. Okay, now, but still, we can use this Excel or spreadsheet to forecast the progress of a project. To do that, what we can do is we can create a special factor called a random number to account for the actual cost. Right? When we create this random number, we can use our previous data. For example, if we are running the construction company, we are doing similar jobs throughout the year. Number of similar jobs throughout the year. For example, if we are doing, we can we can predict cost of construction with a certain confidence as a contractor, because we know what happened in other cases. Based on these experience, knowledge, and our data, we know what would be a range, a correct range, or probable range for a random number. So we can, for example, for preliminaries, a quantity survey would be able to tell, okay, it can vary most probably between 0.85 to 1.5. So this is kind of a experience, and the confidence of a person who is telling this information depend on number of factors: our history, our success in other projects, number of projects that we do per year, number of similar projects that we do for particular year. Likewise, from these data, if someone a quantity survey of the company can tell a range with a higher confidence level. Right now, if we have a factor for this one, we can create actual cost on this factor. Once we know the actual cost and the customer price, even though this is an assumed price, based on this assumed price, we can create a column to represent the profit. For example, if the actual cost is going to be less than the customer price, the profit, it is going to be a profit. If it is going to go over the customer price, it's going to be a loss. So likewise, we can calculate profit percentage, and this is another assumption. We can assume that we would be paying bonus based on the profit percentage. So we have a question from this part in our tutorial, and then we can calculate net profit, right? So this is the this is what this is what these assumptions are based on. And let's use this BOQ and quickly complete this table. Right now, again, I want to go back to the tutorial sheet to check what are the conditions for random number, bonus, and net profit. For the random number, it should be 0.85 to 1.1, the range between the lower limit and upper limit of the random number. And profit is based on, sorry, the bonus is based on the profit. If the profit is more than 7.5%, we can give 10% bonus. If not, it's 0, right? Okay. Now, so the first thing is we want to bring these three information straight away from BOQ, right? Now, carefully look at this table. In this table, these three information are in successive cells. This one is at A, this one is at B, this one is at C. But if you go to the BOQ, you can see they are not in continuous cell, they are in discontinuous cell, right? So let's check how can we copy and paste, how can we actually select them to copy in one go, right? So for that, if you can remember, we can use control key, right? So simply first select the first cell that you want to copy, then hold down the control key, then select the other cells, right? And you can of course add more rows like this. For example, if you once you've selected the first row, then select the second row the same way. Once you have selected all the cells, then release the control key, then use your right mouse click and copy the selection, then go back to the summary sheet and select the first cell that you want to start pasting, and right click on your mouse, then you can paste it. But when you paste some records, we have few options in Excel. Now you can paste them as, right, if you are pasting them keeping the source formatting, so this is what will happen. So this is the first choice. So that option is appearing on the first icon. And if you do not care about the formula or the formatting of this cell information that you want to paste, then you can use the values of the cells using this option. But if you want to use formulas, this option. And if you want to transpose, change the rows and column arrangement, then this is the option. Likewise, there are so many options. In this particular case, we are after paste link option. So we want to link the source and destination information together. So this is the paste link option in this small icon. If you can't find this icon, you can go to ribbon and under clipboard group, we have this paste tab. Click on the paste tab and we have number of options. Then click paste select. Here is the paste link command. Okay. So if you ask me why it is important to go paste link, now for example, actually we are going to create this summary table using BOQ data. So actually this summary table is a representation of BOQ information. Now in case if you want to change or make a change into a BOQ, then that change should be reflected in the summary sheet. Right, so that's why we want to keep that link between this BOQ and summary sheet. Or I would generally explain this to you, the link between the source file and the destination file, right? Okay, now if you want, you can check these. Now if you want to go back and if you want to change any of these values in back in the BOQ, for example, let's press escape and remove the selection. And let's say I want to change the number of items here in row 26 into 5, so that that change would change the total amount. Now, if you go to summary sheet and check, see that change has been automatically appeared in the table, summary table, right? So if we had a different option, pasting option like values only, this wouldn't be the case, right? So however, so that is a change we want. We will reverse that change. So see that change appears in the table, right? Now, okay, the first part is done, and for the moment, please don't worry about this formatting. We have $sign here. We can do all the formatting once the table is done. And now we've been talking about random number. Random number is a formula. Now there are a list of formula available in Excel, and there are some formula we can find from other sources like some other literature. So here we have few random options available in Excel. If you start typing the equal mark, then if you check, you can write any formula into a cell. Now here we want to write random formula, so start with pressing R. When you type R, it will show us what are the options starting from letter R. Now here I want to go for random, so I would be typing RA, and when I write RA, so here we have all the random options. Now if you hover your mouse on here random, when you click once on random, it shows us the details of this command. Returns a random number greater than or equal to 0 and less than 1, evenly distributed. So if we go to this option here on the drop down option menu, we can create a random number between 0 and 1, but actually this is not what we want. We want to create a number between 0.85 and 1.5. And if you come here for random between option, this is another option. In this option, it returns a random number between the numbers you specify. So again, these are not decimal numbers, right? So you can try these options later, but for the moment, I reckon we would write this random number option given here in our tutorial. So this formula will help us to create a random number between 0.85 and 1.51. In general, create a random number between two limits, right? So what is the formula? Random, RAND, open parentheses, close parentheses, time first limit minus second limit plus lower limit for the second limit. Now, once it's written, press enter. So it will write the formula into the cell. Now we have created this random number. Again, don't worry about the formatting. We have number of decimal places in this number, but we don't worry about it at the moment. Once all the records are done, we can change it. Right now, what else? Now, since we have done this one, and in this random formula, there's no any particular cell references, we can easily, without hesitation, we can copy this formula down to the other cells. I hope you can remember this drag and drop option and do that. So we copied the formula down to the other cells. Now, what is this actual cost? Now, the actual cost is, read this cell formula. If you select the cell, this is going to be the active cell, and you can read the cell address here in the name box, and you can read its formula in the formula bar. So this is D4 times C4. D4 times C4, you see. So you would understand you don't need to use any absolute cell reference here. D4 and C4, right? Okay. If you want, you can simply copy the formula down. You can see this is the first line which was there, but I'm using number cost center 100 again, because I don't want to use the existing support help or this line here. I would be deleting it at the end. So if you want, you can just copy them down, but if you want, you can do it again. Start typing the equal mark and select D4, then type, that is asterisk, C5, and you can easily copy and paste. Copy them down. Actually, we are not pasting. Copy them down. And what is profit? Profit is the difference between customer price and the actual price. Okay, so it's column cell C minus this one. See, it can either be minus value or a plus value depending on the random number. If the random number is 1, it is going to be a minus value. If the random number is less than 1, it's going to be a plus value. Now, what is the profit? Profit is profit in dollars. You have to always start with typing equal mark. If you want to write formula, it can be a simple mathematical formula or a complex formula or any conditional formula, but still start with typing equal mark. Sometimes the minus is always is also working for that, but I used to use the equal mark. It depends on your preference. Now I'm going to get the profit on the actual cost. So the actual profit or loss divided by actual cost times 100, or simply percentage, right? And what is the bonus? Now again, go back to the, if you can't remember, you can go back and check how to pay the bonus. Pay the workers 10% bonus on profit, right? On profit, on each item if the profit is more than 7.5. So it's on profit. Right. So here, instead of checking one by one, we can write a formula. a logical formula. So what is the logical formula? If. Why if? If something is right. So what is right? If profit is greater than 7.5%, then pay 10% on profit. Take profit and pay 10%. Otherwise, 0. Right? Okay, the first one we have profit, and the profit percentage is greater than 7.5. That's 7. So we have this one. Then we can copy the formula down. Now, then finally, what is the net profit? Net profit is actual profit minus bonus. Right? Again, another simple mathematical formula. Start with typing the equal mark, then take profit, take the bonus away, and this is the net profit. Net profit can be a loss, right? So this is how we can complete this one. And as I mentioned at the beginning, or I would be deleting this one because I don't want it. Now you can copy and paste the rest of the information and complete this table. Once we have completed this table, then we can start working on formatting. Okay, fine. I'll leave it for you. Then we can, once we've done, we will start the formatting quickly. All right. Now I have copied all the records into the summary sheet. Now we can easily do this drag and dropping work and complete the table. Now we have a complete table. Right. So the next task is we can format this table. So what are the formatting options? Right. The one option is borders, the filling colors, alignments, vertical, horizontal, and cell alignments. Looking at the font type, font color, font alignment, font arrangement. So these are the options. And hope you can remember we have a number of options available in Excel for formatting for tables. For example, you can use these borders from this font group under this bottom this border tab, and at the same time we have this option format as table. Here we have a number of options, right? So this is a quick table formatting option you can use for formatting. This gives a professional look for tables if you look at. And let's try this. So here we first have to select the range. So this is our table area, and we want to check if table has headers. Yes, the first row is the header table. Click on that option, then click yes. See, so it will come up with table presentation. Then you can change the column sizes, row sizes, and many other formatting, right? And you can try a number of options from here. For example, if you want, you can change this one to a different one. I think I want to change this one. See, you can change your presentation. I'll be unhappy with this one, right? And regarding this, if you think you can change its alignment, and I think I want to change the font type maybe. And if you want to change the cell height, you can change the cell height from here. You can right click on your mouse. You can select row height. It's 13.2. I will make it 50. So it changes the row height together, and I can see we want the random number and everything. Let's add let's change the, sorry about that, I won't change the number of decimal places. Let's make it to 2. For currencies, we can select number of columns by holding down the control key. So costs, these all are currencies. Now for currencies, we can change it to currency, and it should be dollars Australia, and yes, so make it to currencies. Okay, so this is it. And random number, if you don't want this much space for this column, you can change it. And if you think this fill color is not the color that you want, you can change the fill color as well. This color. And if you think you want to change the font color, you can change it. And if you still think that you want to add a border, outside border, you can do it. If you want to change border thickness, you can do it. So these are the table options. I hope you learn how to prepare a summary sheet, and you understand what is summary sheet, and you understand how to present data or information, at the same time understanding what are the data that you want to present, and what information that they are passing on the audience. Right, so this marks the end of the second tutorial, and we'll be meeting in another tutorial in next week. Thank you very much.